Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt, and on today's episode, we are talking about last summer's not quite blockbuster, but did okay in the theaters, Charlize Theron's Atomic Blonde. Now, I'm just going to tell you straight off the bat, I don't care for this movie. I really do not. I thought the trailers looked really good, and I did plan on seeing it in the theaters, and then life got carried away, and I just didn't see anything until it. So it took like 2 months off of the theaters. And I feel like this movie had the potential to be really great. I mean, you've got a great cast. You've got Charlize Theron. You've got, now I'm forgetting everybody's name. James McAvoy is in this. John Goodman is in this. And of course, John Goodman, he's fantastic, but he does make some duds here and there. I mean, the Flintstones movies, those were absolutely terrible. But great cast. I liked the visual feel of it a lot, and I feel like that's kind of what propels this movie into anything other than just a bad movie is, of course, the visual style of it. I was surprised that it took place in the 80s when the Berlin Wall was falling. That was not really anything I had suspected from the trailers or anything I've read about the film. Because it starts with the whole thing about the Berlin Wall being taken down and all that kind of stuff, and it says, this is not that story. It basically is a story that takes place during this historical event, which I think is actually really cool, but it just felt sloppy to me. I mean, the action sequences were great. Fight scenes were fantastic, well choreographed. I really enjoyed the fight scene towards the end where they did so. A lot of the criticism I had heard about this movie was that it felt more like a music video, kind of in the vein of Suicide Squad, where you just have these very popular songs that kind of go through these scenes, and it kind of just feels like it's really just there to play on your nostalgia or play on these really fun songs type of thing. And I don't necessarily agree with that in this movie. I mean, obviously, they played 99 Luftballons, which is the only German song that anyone in the U.S. really knows. And so that, I was like, okay, I like the song, but like it's a little on the nose, if you know what I mean. And then I was expecting that to kind of play through and have all of these like songs and like very popular songs in these scenes. But my favorite part of the movie was actually when there was no music whatsoever, and it was just a giant fight scene with Charlize Theron going through and just kicking the crap out of a whole bunch of people while also getting the crap kicked out of her. Like, she's not like a Superman type of character that doesn't get hurt. She's definitely feeling it, but it's silent. It's basically, and it's not silent. You hear, obviously, the breathing and like the fighting parts of it, but there's no music, and I think that is done very well, and it actually it was probably the only time that the movie had my entire attention was the word I was looking for. It was the only time I was invested in anything was that fight scene. So now that you get the basic feel of how I felt about this movie, I'm going to go into some spoilers. So if you have not seen it and you want to see it, then don't, keep watching. But if you don't care or you have seen it and you want to know what I think about these spoilers, then keep watching. So we're just going to go right into it with this whole weird narrative of who this mole is. This is sort of MI6 coming into Germany. Charlize Theron's character, Lorraine, is sent into Germany after the death of an agent and also the stolen list of double agents that is now circulating, and she's trying to get them back before it gets into the wrong hands. I think that's kind of what it is. And there's this big mole, or like a triple agent character that, we're trying to figure out who it is and all this stuff. And so she is supposed to meet James McAvoy's character in this. And of course, the agent that died at the beginning of the movie is the lover of Charlize Theron's character, and you just don't care about that whole storyline whatsoever. And it's also told in a way that it's being narrated by Charlize Theron's Lorraine after the mission when she's being kind of interviewed about what happened. And so we kind of know everything goes to shit in the movie, and it's so twisty-turny, but not good twisty-turny. Like, you find out this one person is the mole that they're kind of tracking down, the triple agent or whatever it is, and then big spoiler alert, you think that she herself is the mole, but then she ends up being a CIA agent who's masquerading as an MI6 agent who's masquerading as a double agent, which sounds cool, but the way it's told is done so poorly that it just doesn't work. And really, if you just restructure the story and, actually have characters that you care about, then I think this could be really well done. And once again, I don't think that's anything to do with the acting or the cast. I think it's all within the script. The script is a mess, and it's kind of sad because that story does have a lot of potential, and they could have done something very well. And they also, it doesn't ever feel like it's in the 80s until you see like an old phone or like an old video camera, or they're talking about the Berlin Wall coming down. Like none of the fashion feels right. Like it's really strange. So overall, I really did not like this movie. I wouldn't recommend this to people. I mean, maybe if you're like kind of interested and be like, yeah, go watch it, you might like it better than I did, but I just kind of felt like it was a bit of a waste of my time, which sucks because you really want a movie like this to be great. I mean, Charlize Theron is absolutely fantastic. She is so badass, and she's great with stunt choreography, and it could have worked, but it didn't. So I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on Atomic Blonde. Maybe you guys actually liked it more than I did. It kind of explained that to me if you did. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos Monday through Friday for the most part, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.